Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with some more Madden gameplay. Before we head into the season, I'll have to set my season goal. I decided to settle on 12 sacks, so that's what we're going to be trying to achieve. I think I can do that pretty easily as long as I get one sack per game with like maybe a few games with more sacks. And we also got an upgrade, so we did that. And of course, I'm really happy to be playing this again. Hopefully, I can be good about uploading these videos. But yeah, as you see, we're taking on the Chicago Bears. So let's do this. You see Brandon Marshall right here, white hair. You got all of the skill players showing out, getting ready for this game. You got Mitchell Trubisky. We're going to be going up against him. You know how that guy can sling the rock. First quarterback taken in his draft class. So, you know, we have the scouting report on him, and we're going to do our best to try to shut him down. As we're taking a look at our tight end here, spotlight on the tight end. And like I said, we got Case Keenum, and we're gonna go to war with this guy. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, as we're starting out on defense, we try to make a statement. We come to play defense, and we come to shut you down right out the gate. Is we're doing man-to-man to start off. I bet on the play fake, but luckily the tight end is in coverage. But look at Robinson. First play from scrimmage, and he is gone like a leprechaun. Look at that guy. Look. Oh, he's stunting for the camera. He knows he's good. He's good, and he knows it. 75 big ones. Right out the gate. Makes a move on that guy, and then he was gone. Outruns the rest. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Is that Allen Robinson or is that Tyreek Hill? The guy's got some speed on him. And some agility. Look at that guy hit the turf, and oh boy, that is going to be on every highlight video this week on SportsCenter. If you don't like that, you don't like NFL football. As we're going to line up for the field goal. You know, of course, I'm going to try to block it, and I'm not going to get there. You know, one of these days, I'm going to time it right. Basically, on the kickoff, I try to get the punt block, because even if you get a penalty, they're probably just going to decline it anyway. You see, we're guessing run here. I'm gonna get blocked, but we're still gonna get the nice run stop there, and that's good enough for me. We have a few inactive players, including Emmanuel Sanders. So, actually, Emmanuel Sanders and Courtland Sutton are still on the team. They haven't been phased out by the new rookies. Just like that showed, Emmanuel Sanders is injured, and then I believe Courtland Sutton is about as good as any of the rookies we drafted, so he's still starting as well. We're gonna go zone here. We're trying to cover the sticks, and we're gonna do that right there. We're gonna take him down with after just a gain of a yard. I actually adjusted the sliders. I messed with reaction time and pass coverage, because on all Madden, it's just basically unplayable with how open receivers get. Like, every play, there's at least one receiver open, as we're gonna get the user sack right there, and that's the first one towards my season milestone, my season goal. So of course, you know, I was gonna flex and I was gonna do my thing, but we have to come back out here on defense and try to continue to make some stops. As you see, Trubisky's going to the outside, but I've got Tariq Cohen covered, and we're gonna stop him for a 2-yard gain. As you look at the draft class, actually weird thing here, they actually had me as a 10th overall pick and Greedy Williams as a 10th overall pick. So for whatever reason, the game just like had 2 10 overall picks, which is fine. The game usually does its own thing for like creating like picks like that. Whenever you create a player, it just like adds them to the draft class. It doesn't change the draft class at all. So of course we're blitzing again. I'm trying to get man, nope. But I'm gonna get in on the tackle. I'm gonna come in like a bowling pin and make sure that Tariq Cohen gets off balance and falls to the ground. And we're running another zone coverage scheme. It's the same one, I believe. But I'm gonna stop here. I actually was able to punch the ball out for an incomplete pass. No, if that were me personally, I'd pick that ball up and start running with it, you know what I mean? Just in case it turns out to be a fumble. You know the NFL catch rules are kind of suspect, but we're gonna have catch and then a subsequent stop for about 4 yards there. So we bring up a 3rd and 2, and we're running a blitz here. We're expecting a run, but I always select to guess a pass just in case. But we're gonna try to stop him, but we get blocked. But our block actually allowed another player to make this stop. They got just enough of Tariq Cohen to stop him with a yard to go. And here I'm not gonna try as hard to block the kick, because if I get an offside, it's gonna be a first down. So I back off after I went offside for a few seconds. So luckily I didn't get an offside penalty there, because that would have been detrimental. Would have given them some more downs to play with. So I was okay just giving up 3 there. And we're gonna expect run again. Whenever teams line up like this, I usually go for the run. I'm getting tripped up, but we got the interception. And that is Chris Harris Jr., the slot corner on the pick. And of course he's gonna stunt. At first I was kind of pissed that I got tripped up. I almost had it sacked before that happened, but then the play was saved by Chris Harris Jr. The good coverage, we get a touchdown out of that, so that brings us to within 7. And again, we're expecting the run, and I'm gonna get blocked, it's pretty hard for me to disengage out of blocks because my player is actually pretty small for an inside linebacker, and that was kind of by design. He was made to be kind of like me. As I get the tackle there, I'm able to shed the block. Wow, now that I just said it, he's actually able to shed the block and make the play. And I noticed that whenever I play Madden, I choose between a lot of the same plays. I have a lot of the same go-to plays. Sometimes I mix up the personnel, but it's basically either all man across the board, or zone, or 2 men deep with man across the board. So, like, those are my go-to things. I don't really do a lot of like man and zone mixes, but I know I could potentially get skilled enough to dabble in that. But we're gonna go ahead, take Tariq Cohen down as we start off the second quarter here. So let's continue to see what we can kind of accomplish here. And so we're gonna go ahead and cover the first down yardage, and oh, they're going with the run, and I'm getting blocked in the side, taking out the play, and Cohen gets loose. That was bad. That was not good. Not good at all. Yep. I thought I could use my speed, get over there, make a play, but they weren't having that. That time we contained Cohen, and he just gets 4 yards out of that. 4 yards is still quite a bit, but I'll take that any day over however much he just had on the previous carry. Like, not the one he just had, the one before that, where he got a lot of yards. And we're gonna force Trubisky to throw it away there as he gets pelted. So it's gonna bring up 3rd and 6. What are we gonna dial up here? I'm gonna get everybody to try to cover the sticks as best we can. We got the flats covered, and let's see what we can do as Robinson is gonna get in for his 2nd touchdown of the day. We were so concerned with the first down marker that we left a lot of holes in our coverage. Allen Robinson finds it, and Trubisky finds him, and he's able to muscle it in for a touchdown. We're gonna go ahead and look at all of the angles here. As you see, Greedy Williams gets absolutely punished and knocked over the goal line first, but Allen Robinson makes sure to get his team those 6 points, and this time I'm gonna come across way too early. I just commit to it, and that's gonna be a flag, which they're probably gonna go ahead and decline. But of course, coach is gonna be mad at me for lack of discipline in football. But we're gonna go ahead respond to that with the touchdown of our own, and we're back out on defense with 8.5 minutes left to go in the quarter here. As Allen Robinson catches it, he's close to a first down. He may have first down. No, it brings up 2nd and inches. So you could say inches away from satisfaction, if you know what I'm saying. We're gonna go ahead and get a sack on Mitchell Trubisky, and you were no longer inches away from satisfaction. Now you're 8 long ones away. 8 yards, not inches. 8 inches is actually pretty impressive, though. As they're gonna try to do a screen, but the pass is inaccurate there. He was under some pressure. That's gonna bring up 4th down, and we get off the field on 3rd. So we're gonna go ahead and let our offense go to work, and we turned the ball over in our half of the field. It's up to the defense to play damage control now, as we're doing man across the board, and they are gonna hand the ball off, but that time there's not really much of anything doing. They get 2 yards, and that brings up the 2-minute warning, and we're gonna see where we can go from here, as the coach is bringing out Von Miller, our star defensive player, who has been kind of helping me to get better at what I do. Even though we don't play the exact same position, I do take some pointers from him. So we're gonna actually run a little bit of a quarterback contain here, and that ball is going to Taylor Gabriel, and he corrals it inbounds inside of the 30. I really didn't see where that ball was, so okay, inside of the 20. We're gonna switch to zone, and unfortunately Burton is wide open. Not much we can do with that. except try to tighten up our defense. We're gonna go with a different play call here. We're gonna go, but we're gonna change it to complete zone across the board. I just didn't feel comfortable with what I was doing, and that change in the zone is the difference between an interception and a potential score on this drive. Is Brandon Marshall corrals it, and that is a red zone turnover, something to sour the faces of the Bears fans in attendance. So now we're gonna see if our offense can do anything, and they can't really do much of anything. But there's just about no time left on the clock. I'm gonna go ahead and go with a prevent defense just in case. But it looks like they're gonna come out and kneel it right here. So we are going into halftime with a 3-point deficit, and we're gonna see if we can come out in the second half, take the lead, especially with the way they are dominating in almost every statistical category. We are lucky to just be down 3.
Started up at Ford Field in Detroit, and it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. The Raiders looking to get their season off on the right foot. They've got the lead on the road. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. The Cowboys looking for the win on the road in Week 1. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. The Chargers at the campaign 1-0 with the road victory. In our game has been Mitchell Trubisky, who's looked sharp thus far. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Godden.
Yeah, I thought you guys would enjoy a nice little halftime show or whatever, just a short little thing. It's not something that. Oh, also, the reason this is playing like this, I forgot to start the recording, so I showed that instant replay, but we're now starting the, like, third quarter here, second half, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's what we are now doing. Is I'm gonna get dominated by Burton there, but I get the tackle to play damage control. But that is the thing. I'm young. I'm a bit of a weak spot, so they're gonna do everything they can to try to test me when given the opportunity in a one-on-one matchup. And I vacated my zone right there, and then I got juked out. I vacated my zone because I wasn't sure if anyone was about to pick up my receiver, so I thought give up the short and just don't give up the big play. But of course I should have more trust in who my teammates are. I do get in on the tackle there, even though I looked like I was out of position. I still end up making a play there, and we're gonna run a heavy blitz across the board, even with a dime package in. And they're gonna go ahead, they're gonna get rid of it, and look at Burton making moves. He made 2 people miss. No, he made 1 guy miss, and then broke the tackle of the next guy. And now they are in the business at the 35. They're at long field goal range right now. So now we have to try to make sure we don't let it be any worse than that. Is Von Miller is going to take him down at the line of scrimmage. So nice defensive play there on first down, and we're actually gonna expect the pass this play, even though they came out in that package, but they are gonna get a nice solid run. But look at that at the top. You actually see Allen Robinson is injured. So that is the guy who's had our number all game. other than that, not a lot of people have shown us a lot. I mean, Taylor Gabriel's had a big play. Burton has had big plays. But the guy who was really shredding us was Allen Robinson. So you wonder how that is going to affect the game. As they have a 2nd and 1 here. We're going to run a blitz. I'm going to run to the outside. But I end up overrunning it a bit, but that's because someone else made the tackle. If that guy didn't make the tackle, I would have been there. As we have 1st and goal now, unfortunately, and we're gonna expect the pass here, and we're gonna take him down after a gain of about 1 or 2 there. And I'm not sure what I wanted to run. I always expect, like, they're gonna do the opposite of what I line up in. So if I line up like this in goal line, they're gonna... Oh, they actually do run the ball, which is good for us. They're gonna get just 1 yard again. So, like, 3rd down, I thought, you know, they'd probably go for a pass. But then if I come out with, like, barely any defensive linemen, they are still a threat to run the ball. So I had to make sure to put my linemen all tight. And they put a receiver in motion. I was expecting that, but the pass gets batted down, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So they're gonna kick the field goal here, go up by 6 potentially. Of course, you see I'm trying to time it, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get a running start, and they get the field goal easily. And oh yeah, the reason I was trying to go for the block there is because that's also no risk, because it's 4th and goal. Offside isn't going to give them an automatic 1st down. So I can live with a penalty there if that happens. So we're going to actually change up the coverage there, and that's actually gonna cause a knockdown pass. I think by accident I hit the back of the defender, and the defenders were moving all around because I changed their man-to-man assignments. That wasn't necessarily intentional, but it worked out, I guess. As they're gonna get it over to Sims. He's gonna get a few yards there, and that's gonna bring up 3rd down and 3. This could be a running down, but most likely it won't be. So I'm gonna come out in a dime package, send a blitz. We're actually gonna change the blitz up a little bit, and now they have a screen, and I get there, but did he get enough? No, he didn't. He actually got just short of the line to gain, so that's going to bring out the punting unit. We're going to drive down the field and tack on a field goal. Not the best thing in the world, but it's better than nothing. So we're up 24-20, and let's see how we can... oh, they're bringing out the screen again, but that time and D lineman saw it and was reacted to it well, so I didn't even have to make a play there. And now we have a empty set with the quarterback, and that's gonna be intercepted as he makes a bad decision. Marshall can go if he gets on his horse, and he gallops into that end zone. And look at this. He wound him up like a toy, and he started dancing. With that, he just jumped the route. He had time for days to just sit on it, and the pass was thrown right to him after Mitchell Trubisky was seeing that he was running out of options, tried to force it, and then you've got the celebration right there. which unfortunately is skipped over by Madden's weird system, but it is what it is. We're gonna run a zone here. Basically, we can pin our ears back and know that they're gonna pass the ball on every play now. So we can expect the pass. We can abandon running blitzes because we basically know what's gonna happen. We're gonna run a lot of like sets with more DBs than the usual packages. So, but we're gonna get another interception there. I'm getting just a piece of the receiver there to spring him for an extra 15-20 yards there. And that's Chris Harris Jr. with his second. Of course, people are gonna hear him today. They're gonna fear him. First game of the season, and we're making our name known as a defense after having a pretty bad first half. The injury of Allen Robinson turned this game around for us, and I don't know how serious the injury is, but you see Case Keenum, his numbers, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, over 200 yards, pretty good day, and the defense has done just as much to help. As you see, we're gonna be covering Burton there, and that's gonna be a batted down pass, bring up a 2nd and 10. And of course, this is the point at which I start considering just running 3 deep man every play, but I'm gonna forego that option and run the suggested package by the coach. But they're gonna go into hurry up offense now. The suggested package includes just 1 extra linebacker.
That's a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear the audio of the game, but I hope to Jesus that what the commentator just said was referring to 2 plays ago rather than the spiked ball just now, because he was talking about how the receiver was trying to run a slant and like get open when it was literally just a spike ball where the quarterback just throws the ball at the dirt intentionally. So yeah, now I'm deciding to run the 3 deep man package. They're gonna get a nice diving reception out of Miller. They're gonna continue running hurry up. They've only got 1 timeout. We have all 3. So of course they're gonna clock the ball again, and now it's down to 33 seconds. Basically, no matter what they do, unless they can score really soon, they have almost no chance of tying this game up at all. And also they'd have to recover an onside kick, which is basically impossible in the NFL these days because of the new kicking rules. The AAF rather, has such a much better situation with kickoffs and onside kicks. The whole 4th and 12 conversion rule. I don't know if I want to go in depth right now, as we did call a timeout to kind of make sure everyone was not having any stamina issues. I'm pretty sure my player wouldn't be, but just in case any of the other defensive backs were, I didn't want to have anyone like caught super out of position. And I actually left my guy wide open, but Mitchell Trubisky actually ended up not seeing him and going to Trey Burton, which is good for me because that would have been a big play if he saw that I left Cohen wide open. As we're gonna call another timeout here. It's 4th and 6. I was just seeing if I could I was thinking about getting a play call that actually protected the sticks a little bit more. So, because we know that getting a first down would be the most important thing here. So, I went with the zone package instead, and seeing if we could make a little something happen. They still get the completion, so that wasn't great, but they did have to use that final timeout. And now we're gonna go back to running the 3 deep man. Getting back to the AAF, their they have this 4th and 12 conversion where after you score, you can choose to do a 4th and 12 conversion instead of an onside kick, as I'm actually gonna get beasted and feasted by Cohen. And right here, I was thinking about calling a timeout, but I didn't because I didn't know if they'd even get the playoff. And that time, I wasn't sure if that guy was in my responsibility. I thought the guy who had deep coverage was gonna take him, but they do get a touchdown, and that's gonna get them some respect. Like I was saying, AAF is they have this 4th and 12 conversion rule where if you score, you can opt to do a 4th and 12 from your own 27 or something if if you're trailing within the last 5 minutes, or if you're down by more than 17. So as you see, Brandon Marshall is the player of the game, and rightfully so. 2 interceptions, big time game from him. As we come out with the victory after looking really bad in the first 3 quarters, we come up with we pull 20 points out of our butts in the 4th quarter and pull off the victory. So, yeah, pretty nice first game out here. Nothing big for me personally, except for that interception. As you look at this stats and look at Mitchell Trubisky, did he cuss right there? I don't know, man. We would have to have him mic'd up for that. With that said, guys, stay classy, be sassy, have a good one. Peace. Yo, guys, what's up? It's your boy to Monster. I'm in the tunnel out here in Chicago. My boy Mitchell Trubisky is coming. Let me go see if I can get his autograph real quick. Hold on. Okay, he's coming. Could I get your auto?